The quarantine rules are likely to last until at least July 2020, but could last longer as the rule will be revised every 3 weeks. This denotes that the earliest estimated date that this rule will be assessed is the 29th of June 2020. Health officers will execute spot checks to ensure obedience with the quarantine procedures, and those passengers who do not obey may be fined £1,000. In this video we will talk about quarantine rules for travelers entering the United Kingdom. As a feature of the United Kingdom government's COVID-19 recovery plan, a variety of new methods are being introduced at the United Kingdom border influencing all international arrivals. This comprises the launch of new quarantine rules for those journeying to the United Kingdom. What are the COVID-19 UK border measures? The new guidelines take effect from the 8th of June 2020 and will apply at the UK border to both United Kingdom nationals and visitors reaching by air, sea, car, and international rail. The guidelines include: all international arrivals must provide information regarding their journey, contact and accommodation. All travelers are obligated to self-isolate for 14 days after arriving into the United Kingdom. Arrivals will also be strictly instructed to download and use the NHS contact tracing app, and improved information will be provided about the United Kingdom's social distancing routine. What are the measures on data collection? From the 8th of June 2020, all passengers to the United Kingdom will be required to complete an online form before they travel, to provide their contact and trip information. Travelers are directed to keep a record of the concluded form with them, to demonstrate at the border that you have delivered the obligated informations. The details presented will be used to contact you all through the 14-day quarantine phase, and in the occasion a fellow passenger has acquired symptoms of COVID-19. What is the 14-day quarantine for arrivals into the United Kingdom? Passengers arriving into the United Kingdom from the 8th of June 2020 should travel directly to the place they are residing and stay there for the first 14 days they are in the United Kingdom, except one of the regulated exemptions applies. Friends or family are permitted to receive you from the airport, station or port. If you have no other alternative, you can use the public transport. But when using public transport, you will be required to wear something to cover your nose and mouth, and follow social distancing instructions at all times. Self-isolation can be in the traveler's preferred accommodation. Where a person is unable to get a quarantine accommodation, they will be obligated to self-isolate in accommodation provided by the United Kingdom government. Please keep in mind that you must stay in self-isolation at the location you are residing for a period of 14 days. You might only be allowed to leave your accommodation if you require serious medical treatment, you want support from social services, you need medicine and food and unable to get them provided, or get a friend or family member to fetch them, you are going to the funeral of a close relative, or for other empathetic motives. There is a tragedy. The United Kingdom Home Office website provides the example of a fire at the place where you are self-isolating. During this phase, you are not permitted to have family, friends or visitors around except they are giving essential care. If you are residing with family, friends or others, you must stay away from contact with them during the self-isolation period, and reduce any time in common areas. If you are lodging at a guest house or a hotel, you need to stay 2 meters away from all staff and guests. Furthermore, you are not permitted to use communal spaces, such as restaurants, bars or health and sports facilities. If you are unable to self-isolate for the 14-day period, you must contact the border official for alternative accommodation to be settled. What will happen after 14 days self-isolation? If after 14 days self-isolation you do not obtain symptoms of COVID-19, you can get out of quarantine. You should then obey the latest up-to-date assistance advice from the United Kingdom government which is in relation to social distancing. Are there any fines for failure to comply with the quarantine rules? Health officials will perform spot checks to ensure compliance with the quarantine procedures. Passengers arriving into the United Kingdom can be penalized for failing to comply with the new rules. If you decline to fill in the contact form, you may well be fined £100 and might be denied entry into the United Kingdom if you are not a United Kingdom resident or British citizen. If you deny to self-isolate in England and Wales, you may be fined £1,000 or encounter extreme action. For further details on exemptions from self-isolation and data collection, please check the link mentioned below. What to do if you are developing COVID-19 symptoms? Firstly, if you are developing COVID-19 symptoms, you should not travel at all. If you have coronavirus indications during your journey to the United Kingdom, you must warn members of the crew of the plane or ferry, or the driver on your train or bus. They will then inform the staff at the airport, port or station, so they can advise you what you must do next when you reach your destination. Do you require help? Please contact us by email or by commenting below, or if you have any worries or questions involving your immigration status. Thanks for watching today's video update.